Selam dostlar, Heavy TV ekranlarına hepiniz yeniden hoş geldiniz. 83. bölümdeyiz. Bu en son sığınaktaydık. Manyak adamların, bu Ted'in ve Ted'in yerine geçmeye çalışan adamların macerasındaydık. En son buna bir kapı açıyorduk. Şu kapıyı bir onlara açalım. Başlayalım bölümümüzden önce bir etraf toplayalım. Kanalımıza abone olmamışsanız da abone olmanızı rica ederiz arkadaşlar. Bakalım bu garip sığınakta ne var? Ted'in dosyalarına önce ulaşalım, onlar yokken. Tamam değil mi? Daha onu açmıyoruz zaten. Önce bir dosyalara. Önce kutulara. Hadi bakalım. Kıyafete bak. Omega.
There. Omega clearance. Got it.
Bu kadar.
What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Bakalım sapık Ted ne yapmış?
Sometimes dead. Along with his kid.
Ölmüş.
Found him on the floor of his office this morning holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves.
Kendilerine zehirlemişler.
Would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake.
Öyle mi olmuş acaba?
Life. And this is how they repaid me. By leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Evet, aynen öyle.
This is children. Someday they'll come.
Ne oluyor orada?
I'll be here to greet them. Some tell said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are.
Yaşlanmamın tamamen durduğunu söyledi.
I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time and energy. Some tests of the reacting give me what I need to grow strong again, to get my shit back together, so I can greet the kids.
Bu ne?
They're gonna need me.
Ölümsüzlüğü arayan bir Ted.
My guidance.
Ne var içeride ya? Bundan mı var? Ted mi var içeride acaba?
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Vallahi burada öğrendiğim gibi ama.
The ones you're looking for.
Then they
Ama
must be
ama içeride bir şey var, birisi var.
Trust me. You don't want to go in
Ted mi
there.
yoksa?
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now.
Ya içerik neyse. Ye şunu. Ye de bir anlasın ama işte biz de savaşmak zorunda kalacağız.
At last, Pharaoh's legacy is mine.
Kapı kapalıydı bu arada. Güle güle.
Is that?
It's him.
Bu o. Ted mi? Ne o? Merak ettim ha.
Burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down if...
Ya salaklık yapma. Öldür şunu.
Kill them too. No witnesses.
Şerefsiz ya. Şerefsiz ya. Ya şerefsiz yapma lan! Koş şu tuzağa şuraya. Sana böyle yapacağı belliydi şerefsizin. Koş! Yeni nerede? Lan yanıyor her taraf. Nerede o? Öl lan. Oğlum senin kaskın yok mu ya? Kaskın gitti.
Pharaoh rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run.
Ölürse düzene kurdu, evet. Ya salak bu ya. Ölmemesi lazım onu. Ama içeride şimdi kim var? İçeri giremiyoruz daha. Nerede o? Canı almak için buraya geldim. Hadi hadi hadi. He, canlar bu yüzden var işte. Göremedim o dedi ya. Kafadan vurdum vallahi, evet. Ölmedim mi lan? Çok duman geliyor. Kaç şuradan, kaç! Niye burada canların olduğu şimdi anlaşıldı. Ama Ted'i göremedim ya. Ted neredeydi abi? Ölümsüz Ted mi vardı orada yani? Bilmiyorum, yaşayan Ted mi vardı içeride? Nereye gideceğiz? Heh. Oğlum gidin ölün ya. Hayır, beni de öldürecekler salaklar. Diğer nerede? Öldü mü? Can yok mu? Can. Var canımı biraz fullleyeyim. 2 can daha olsun. İlaçla. Yıkılıyor her taraf, yıkılıyor. Ted'in sığınağı. Ya salaklar, onu öldürdüler ya. Ama sevdiğinin neye benzediğini göremedim ya. Tam kötü insan ya. Tam yani öyle çizmişler. Neyse. Lava düşmedi. Ne oldu? Salak. Ne oldu salak? Hadi. Buradan şöyle gideceğiz ama nasıl? Nereye? Şuraya mı? salaklar ne yapıyor orada?
She's here!
Bir tane soldier var lan. Soldier değil. Allah varmış. Nerede o? Çabuk çabuk çabuk kaç. Yıkılıyor sığınak, yıkılıyor. Hadi hadi hadi. Kaç oradan kaç. Tüm yeraltı sığınağı yıkıldı. Bizim salak da orada kaldı. Ama Ted'i göremedim ya. Kendileriyle oynamışlar güya.
Are you okay?
What happened?
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
Sios, salak.
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
Böyle konuşunca
I
oldu.
see.
Şimdi onun yerine bu mu geçecek?
You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No.
The CEO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy.
Bak, o bir
Expect me to believe he
tanıyor.
sacrificed himself for scraps of data. It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers.
Ya bir okla mı öleceğim Allah aşkına?
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined.
Ya
Landfall
bu kadar
is
kolay olur mu bu işler?
If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Alva bizden ya, sorun yok.
Fair enough.
Thebes is of no further value to us. Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla.
Alvan yalan söylüyor bu arada, hani sadık,
I expect
onların
your reports.
sadık değil ki yani. Niye onlara güveniyor? Bu da ayrı bir mesele.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. And instead, I get to join you.
Tam da öyle bak.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base.
Şimdi
Varl, I made a new friend.
ya Ted'i
I need you to meet
göremedik.
her at the Quen Ferry and escort
Daha
her
doğrusu onun
back.
şeyini gördük de hani bir böyle bir kırmızı bir şeyini gördük hayalini ama verisini gördük daha doğrusu.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A divine
Alva
must
artık
follow
bizden
the
oldu.
truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
Hadi bakalım. Güzel. Faron'un kaderini öğrendik.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus.
Omega iletişim etkisini aldığıma göre
If I head to the
Hephaestos'u ele
ferry, we should
geçirebiliriz.
stop by landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. Might be worth looking around the island too.
Üste geri dön.
It's close. I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
Vallahi kıyafetlerimi değiştireyim. Bence de. Burada ıvır zıvırlar var. Onları sonra hallederiz. Bir şey değil onlar. Az bir şey kaldı zaten. Açmadığım ne var burada? Vay be. Demek ki kule buymuş. Adaya San Francisco'ya. Bu piramit kulesi ne acaba San Francisco'da? Onu bilmiyorum da. Şu kıyafeti bir değiştireyim ya. Nerede o? Şu mu? Sobek'in kıyafeti bu. Bu ne böyle? Dandik. Aslında güzel. O da nadir diyor da. Tabii ben bunu takayım yani. Güzeldi. Sobek'i ne yapacağım geliştirip de ya. Ama Sobek kıyafeti kalsın ya. Sobek kıyafeti güzel. Şuna bir upgrade diyelim. Onu geç. Güzel. Sende ne var? Avcı. Hep dandik değil mi? Başka bir şey de yok. Kaynaklarda ne var? Pek bir şey yok ya. Satacağımız... Neyse bunlar kalsın ya. Hadi bakalım. Üste geri dön. Nerede bizim üs? Şurada değil mi? Hadi bakalım. Artık Hephaestus'u ele geçirebilirim. Şimdi bir Gaia ile mi konuşacağım? Ne yapacağım? Gaia olabilir bak. Ya direkt üstte ışınlansa ne kadar güzel olur ya. Niye böyle bir şey yapmışlar bilmiyorum valla. Tamam konuşacak o bayağı birileri var konuşacak şimdi. Dur bekle. Şunu bir açayım da. Bizim hackleri. Var mı açacak bir şey? Bir tane daha kaygan diş lazım. Hiçbirini açamıyorum değil mi? Bunlar en büyükleri yazdı zaten. Tamam. Zula'yı aldık. Ne yapıyorsun burada? Alva?
Aloy!
Great to work, I see.
Fokusunda hemen uğraşıyorsun.
So much! I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor.
Tipe bak tipe ne kadar sevinçli.
Of course, not like the late CEO.
CEO. Bırak bir zahmet olayım yani. CEO Deniyor'un teki.
Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Eric
Daha onlar var. Daha zenitler var.
And then there's Hephaestus and
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
Yavaş yavaş.
you're right. I also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at landfall.
Vallahi uyarmaya çalıştın ama.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Senin kadar, merak etme.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
Biraz sohbet edelim ya bundan.
I've never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
Ben de öyle düşünüyorum. Dostlarınla aran nasıl?
I don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are
Evet,
the same
aşağıdaydı
person
değil mi o?
at
Onunla epey
all.
konuşmadık.
I mean, you are, as in you're both genetically
Sobek.
mixed with Sobek.
Aslında bizim kıyafeti ona versem.
Yeah, we are. I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
Quen var, dur bir dakika. Zenitlerle
You
ilgili bir
mentioned
konuşalım.
Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
Uzaydakiler var ya,
Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector.
koruyucu.
Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do
Valla
this.
işte yavaş yavaş öğreneceğiz hepsini.
Other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them.
Üçünü, o
Whatever
zaman git o
legacy
üçünü
they
araştır.
left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
CEO
You said
peki,
you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes.
söyle bakayım.
I'm listening.
Açıklamayı, evet.
Right. I'll start at the beginning.
Kim bu CEO?
The CEO. He was an imperial, the emperor's nephew.
İmparatorun yeğeniymiş.
As
O yüzden böyle
such,
havada.
he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Pharaoh, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ve onun ölümü oldu.
Oh, revered ancestor. It's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the
Vallahi
most
1000 yıldır,
important ancestors did.
1000 yıl değil 500 yıldır
So the
hayattaymış.
Emperor's
İlginç.
nephew
Kendini
convinced him
değiştirmiş.
that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched,
Gemiler bu yüzden
and the Emperor's
yapılmış.
nephew was named Seo, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire, the living embodiment of Ted Pharaoh.
Restoratör.
It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us.
O zaman iyi biriydi
No idea
yani.
just how perilous the journey would be.
Evet, gemide bayağı insan ölmüştü ya. Hatırlıyorum yani. Yani o bir veride okumuştum onu.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to
Ben ne
hunger and
yaptım?
disease.
Ufacık bir kayıkla karşıya
That was
geçtim.
before
Bu
we
yani.
cleared the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as
Serayı
his
da
dreams
bulmuşlar.
of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and
Sera vardı
more
ya, büyük bir
obsessed with Thebes
bilim merkezi.
and
Orayı
what
da
lay
bulmuşlar.
behind its door. And more and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principled diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his
Adam artık
madness.
öldü gitti zaten.
I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
Her şey bitti. Bohai, peki o adam.
Hi, your overseer.
O daha mı iyi yani ondan?
Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be
O da onun
trusted.
yardakçısıydı ama.
To always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
Umarım bize yani faydalı olur en azından. Yasaklı bilgi dediğin ne bu arada?
You spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
Bir nevi sansür aslında.
I never had the courage to ask.
Peki senin ailen?
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika.
Elika.
Her parents are commoners, peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to my family and
Ne
increased
biçim bir dünya kurmuşlar ya?
Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone.
Kimseyi görmene izin
Unless
yokmuş.
you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Niye böyle
The
bu
focus
kadar
is
sıkı ya?
deep. Diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge.
Bildiğin kapasiteye girer gibi sınava giriyor.
Before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
Dünyayı kurtaracağım biliyorsun. Sorun yok. Atalar
The
peki?
ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no.
Old one'ları böyle mi
The
çağırıyor?
ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant.
Asistan.
What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
Anlaşıldı.
Back at the
Dur,
greenhouse.
yanlış şeye bastım.
Diviners are meant to seek
Bunu,
and the
bunu okudum dur. Geç bunu.
Only
What?
Tamam herhalde. Bu kadar yeter. Şimdilik görüşmek üzere. Şöyle bir 10 dakika sohbet ettik.
all I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then
Umarım
I will do
Gaia'ya
whatever I can.
güveniyoruz.
I promise.
Muhteşem bir yapay zeka. Kendisi. Janet ne haber?
There she is.
Yeni arkadaşın nasıl?
I hear you found Thebes. How was it?
Maniacs, lava.
Manyaklar.
It's what you like.
I remember that. next
Manyaklar
time.
sığınağıydı ya.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine.
Biraz kendine geliştir, aferin.
Have you spoken
Aloy'u
with
gördün mü?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale.
Sen de
She
öyle
took to
gidin.
that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
Tamam hadi.
I should get going.
As soon as you
Ben
want us
gideyim.
heading out to those cauldrons.
I'll give you the heads up.
Merak etme. O iş bende. Gençler,
From the look on your
Eski
face,
dostum,
I'd say
var.
the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out
ikizler
to
kazana
Gemini?
gitmeye hazır
As
mısınız?
soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom.
Güzel, güzel cevap.
What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget,
Bunlar sevgili
you're to
olmuşlar.
blame for that.
Peki Zenitler?
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunder jaws.
Better them than us, for once.
Tüm makineleri onlara karşı kullanacağız.
Go get this
Zenitlere
together.
karşı.
Of course. Let us know when we're needed.
Tamam. Ama şu sohbetimizi de yapalım. Bizim Zoe'yla. Ne yapıyorsunuz? Aşk kuşları.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot.
Çok
I
heyecanlandım
showed her to
tabii.
the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba. Read anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions. like the
Yaprakları
Diyar do.
demediklerine göre. Çay.
Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to
Bizim
cleanse their aura.
işimiz çay bunlara
Plus
ilginç
something
geliyor.
called bubble
Köpük
baths.
banyosu.
Me, I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
Bak bizim hani normal işlerimiz onlara ne kadar ilginç geliyor. Ya gelecekte de hani belki öyle olabilir.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal
Güreşiyorlarmış.
versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
Yaranın içinde var bir
I need to
barbarlık
get
ya
going.
zaten. Neyse ben gideyim.
You've retrieved the Omega clearance. That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon.
Önce
I'll
bir
make sure my
bu
gear's ready.
olayı Gaia'ya bir vereyim. Tamam mıdır? Kotalo'nun olayı? He, Kotalo da var bak. Kotalo'nun iş bitmiş. Gel bakayım. Kotalo'nun kolu bitmiş mi? Tabii. Bu görevi yapmam lazımmış bak.
Aloy, well met. We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you
Söyle
wish to
bakalım.
head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm, Gaia? was
Kazana
working with?
gitmek için
Indeed. I was hoping we could discuss it.
tabii var,
If
tabii
you
var.
have a moment.
Ben de seni bekliyordum. Bu görevi yapmam lazımmış zaten. Önce bir sohbetleyelim
How are
de.
your studies going?
I wanted to learn more about the world of the old ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for.
Evet.
And learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A
Resmen
single
yanlış
miscalculation.
hesaplamış ve tüm dünya gitmiş ya.
Glory or honor in such a fate. hubris.
Onun hatası yüzünden tüm insanlık
That about sums it up.
ölmüş.
Have you spoken with Alva?
Alva'yla tanıştın mı sen?
Peculiar. Nothing like a Tanakh. Her mind is sharp. That much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wild.
Evet, biraz fazla yani
Trust me.
kibar bunlar.
She's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
Şimdi senin kolun.
You wanted to
Önemli
talk
olan o.
about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Yan görevli ya bu.
How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk?
Olur.
Right where the river bends.
Olur.
Sure,
Neden
if
olmasın?
you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Allah
You
Allah.
know when I get close.
Tamam, oraya gidince sana söylerim yani.
I have
Tamam.
to go now.
Then do
Gideyim
not let me
şu
keep you.
Gaye'yle bir konuşayım, sonra senin işini hallederiz.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
Eyvallah. Şimdi sıra Gaye'da. Selam Gaye.
Welcome back.
Önce şu olsun da bir.
Aloy, I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Ne
Did something
gibi?
go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network,
Gücü artıyor.
increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
Allah Allah Allah.
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
Evet, Zenith'leri yakalanma ihtimalimiz artıyor. Gerçi çok uzun sürdü bu hikaye ama olsun.
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Mantıklı.
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to
4
approximately
saate, çok iyi.
4.5 hours.
Okay.
Çok iyi.
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
Beta nerede? Aşağıda değil mi? Bak onu konuşmadım ha.
Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here.
Allah Allah.
Beta's in bad shape.
Okay.
Ben bir gideyim dur. Tabii isyan ediyor büyük ihtimal. Neredesin?
Aloy,
Ne oldu? Nerede o?
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Bak Beta. İnsanlığı kurtarmak istiyor musun, istemiyor
You
musun?
have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone. In a cell again. A slave.
O da haklı da işte.
Forever. Varl and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless.
Oğlum bir ara inanmıştın.
Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
Ya sen yapmazsan bu iş olmaz ki.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your
Cesaret.
focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Bak. Babamız.
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta.
Bak.
Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is
Rost.
I had him. Rost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted
İlk
you to
oyunun
embrace the
ilk başlangıç yeriydi. Hatırlayın.
But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like?
Çok güzel bir
It
histi.
was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. But it looks impossible. Look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Bilim kurgunun duygusallığı. Tam da bu yani olay.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go.
Bu kadar kolay mıydı
You
lan?
said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing.
Ne
Yes,
gibi?
of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand?
Seni öldürecek miyim yani? Bulursa. Öldürür mü dedi yani.
Promise?
Aa,
I promise.
yok artık ya. Kendimi öldüreceğim.
I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as
Bence
possible.
onu Beta'yı öldüreceğim ya. Kendi ellerimle. Maalesef. Yani ben buradan onu anladım bilmiyorum da.
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Bilim kurgunun duygusallığı. İkna ettim.
Whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Did you know there used to be a rainforest?
Önce bir size bir sohbet edeyim bakayım.
called the lungs of the planet?
Biliyorsunuz
Hey, I thought I'd
Gidiyoruz.
check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you? Whatever went on between you and Veda sounded
Yok yok ya, iyi güzel.
Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
İkna ettim ben onu.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that
Çok
stuff
içiyor.
after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half the keg. We had a good chat, I think.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths.
Zenit'te savaşacağız ona göre. Son savaş geliyor.
Ah, it wasn't that bad. Not really. Besides, going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you.
Bazen savaşmak sadece zaman kazandırır. O bile iyidir. Yenilse bile geleceklere zaman kazandırırlar. Bana bunu hatırlattığın için sağ ol, evet.
I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
Var, ikna ettin valla.
Aloy.
Beta'yı.
Everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk
Çok
about.
şey vardı, evet.
Does this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
Evet.
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. We are fighting for our
O kadar
survival.
kolay değil ama.
I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny.
Rost.
You're right, you know, about keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back, because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right. Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really.
Bak artık gidiyoruz. Son savaşa doğru ilerliyoruz.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I
Allah
learned.
Allah.
You think they'll listen to you?
In time, I believe so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl. What will you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
Evlilik
I
mi?
hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong
Gerçi
too.
evlilik mi kalmış?
She'll probably want to talk to her
Harika.
people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. How
Tamam.
does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator.
Onun
And I know
kolunu da
he's been
yapacağız.
helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I
Alva
said,
şey ya. Kibar bir
Just in
tip.
case.
Çıtı pıtı bir tip yani. Tamam.
I'm glad you're coming.
Görüşmek
with me.
üzere.
sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Evet. Peki Zoe ne diyor bu işe?
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
Sen nereden duydun lan?
It was fast.
Wasn't
Var
exactly a
söylemiş.
quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon.
Evet, büyük bir savaş hem
War
de.
is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But The more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from her ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish.
Ve bazıları
Fighting for that
sadece
gift,
zaman kazandırmak için. Eric sağ olsun bana bunu öğretti.
if we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eyvallah.
I should go.
As soon as you intend to leave for Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
Zaten beraber gideceğiz canım. Hiç merak etme sen. Ne oldu? Bir isteğin mi var Alba?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment,
Tabii, zaten o yüzden
there's
geldi.
something I could
Kafanda
use
bir
help with.
ünlem vardı. Ama dur önce bir sohbetimizi
Have you
edelim de.
spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think I noticed.
Nasıldı? Romantik miydi?
Free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I
Sen de
felt
yapabilirsin.
so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
Bence de. Sen de bir dene yani.
If you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons.
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from
İyi olur.
You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
What kind of advice?
He,
Kaç dedi?
told me to run.
For now.
Bize taktiği.
We'll even the odds soon enough. Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on.
Çok heyecanlı. Tamam mı? Heyecanını anlıyorum da.
I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey.
Odyssey.
We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat
Valla
of a
onlar
lifetime.
Zenitlerin işi.
The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up,
Bunlar zeki ama kibar
stars
tipler
were
işte.
sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. Must be
Zenitler.
strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is.
Ama şu an ondan savaşacağız bak ona göre.
To know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her
Kıvılcım.
the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the healer.
Şifacı.
It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors'
O konuya hiç girme.
lifespans.
O konuya hiç girme.
But my curiosity fades when I
Ömür
think how
uzatma konusunda az önce gördük ne olduğunu.
Visser was
Ölüyorduk neredeyse.
compared to
Chat
the
sayesinde.
reality that you experienced.
Daha doğrusu
Perhaps
CEO
it's better
sayesinde.
not to know.
Senin olayın ne? Yardım dediğin ne?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta.
Ha, orada soru işareti vardı.
My people discovered it decades ago.
Oraya mı gideceğiz
A
acaba?
sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
San Francisco'da bir
Another
tesis var.
Pharaoh facility?
No, Leviathan was a project
Leviathan.
by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Death.
Olabilir, bakarım.
Every year my sister gets
Yine bir yan görev.
terrified in the long
Totaldo
lines
1, bu da 2.
with Leviathan.
Zaten diğerleri bitti. Çoğunu
Maybe she won't have to be.
yaptık yani.
Okay. So where in
Batısında
San
kesin.
Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where exactly.
Ben mi bulacağım?
But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know.
Harabenin içinde mi?
I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Tamam.
Thank you.
O tesislere gideriz. Önce Kotallo, sonra bu tesis. Sonra da artık
Make sure you
ikizler
talk to
kazanına
Gaia
gideceğiz.
if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
And like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
Yapacağım. Hepsini yapacağım. Evet dostlar, burada aramızı artık verelim. 2 tane yan görev var. Bir tane, önce Kotallo. Önce ona söz vermiştik. Önce oraya bir gidelim. Burada da aramızı verelim. Diğer bölümde hem yan görevi yapacağız. Bu Alva ve Kotallo'nun görevini. Sonra tekrar Gaia ile konuşacağız. Ve ikizler kazanına, son kazana doğru ilerleyeceğiz. Diğer bölümde buluşuyoruz. Bilim kurgunun duygusallığı bölümünden bu kadar. Diğer bölümde tekrar birlikte olacağız. Şimdi hoşça kalın. Burada save alıp biteceğiz. Güle güle.
Oyunumuzun bu bölümü sona erdi. Heavy TV kanalına abone olmak için sol taraftaki simgeyi, devam bölümünü izlemek içinse sağ taraftaki simgeyi tıklayabilirsiniz. Şimdilik görüşmek üzere.